Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here for a new mod map tour of Central Pennsylvania farming. This is by Insane Sim Guy. It's 814.34 megabytes to download, plus 26 required mods. We'll talk about that in a second. And then it is for all platforms, but not the Switch 2, at least not right now. So I'll read the description and we'll get into it here. It says, welcome to Central Pennsylvania. This map is inspired by an area located just north of Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. The area is full of vast rolling hills with moderate to steep slopes, just waiting to put your equipment to the test. A large co-op is located in the eastern region where you can sell nearly every crop as well as purchase everything you will need for fieldwork and raising livestock. There are several pre-built ready-to-go farms and one that has been lost to time waiting to be discovered and rebuilt. The map features 27 fields ranging between 2.35 and 73.07 acres, not hectares, acres. 7 farms, 1 lost to time waiting to be discovered and rebuilt. 5 cow pastures, 2 sheep pastures, 1 pig barn, 1 horse barn, 2 chicken barns, multiple forestry locations, 25 collectibles waiting to be found. All houses on the map can be purchased and are enterable. 5 production sites on the map. Warehouse, large farmer's kiosk. 16 new crops, we'll get to those soon. Fully compatible with precision farming, including custom soil map, modified crop calendar, additional ground angles, row crop system, stubble destruction, updated corn textures. Corn produces straw when harvested. All bushes are mowable. Animals. Enhance animal system to be more realistic. Cows will not produce milk until just before first calving at 27 months. Goats will not produce milk until just before first kidding at 12 months. Sheep, goats, and chickens will produce manure and slurry in special designated or designed husbandries. Environmental. Lighting has been modified on the map to include dark nights, stunning sunrises, and sunsets. New ground textures for lime, manure, slurry, cultivated and plowed. Very cold winters with large amounts of snow. Mild summers with rare upgraded tornadoes. There you go. It says, huge thanks. Here's where we're going to get upset. I'm going to get frustrated here. Huge thanks to Icus and Farmer Donkey for allowing me to use their mods and bring the map to life. Farmer Donkey is one of the required mods, and then 2 of them are by Insane Sim Guy. And then the rest of them, all, I think 22? 23. Because there's 26. Yeah, so 3 of them are not Icus. The other 23 are, which this isn't anything against Icus at all. Icus does absolutely fabulous work. Any of his buildings are amazing. So I get why you want to put a couple on your map if you're making a map. However, 23? That increases the megabyte download significantly. You're definitely over a gig now, by the way. I guess I don't know the exact number because I didn't, check that out, but you should be over a gig for sure, at least. I think the map is great. I'm just a little... There's not enough stuff. It's not a big enough map to justify that many I don't even know if they're all placed on the map, to be honest with you. Maybe they are, but it'd be hard to place that many, even with 7 farms. That's a lot of buildings to place on all the different farms. But anyhow, extra crops. You have summer wheat, spring barley. You have winter wheat, winter barley, rye, triticale, spelt, silage, corn, vetch rye, green rye, humus active, mustard, flowering catch crop, alfalfa, clover, field grass, and silage sorghum. So most of those are pretty, we see those on a lot of maps, except for maybe silage sorghum there. Custom crop calendar, as you can imagine with all the new crops. You do start off with a sheep barn with 60 sheep in it. 60 goats in your sheep barn. And then you have a chicken coop with 60 chickens. There are contracts in the fields you don't own. Productions, you have a bakery, biogas plant, chip, and wood seal, which is like a forestry lumber kind of combo dealio. That just makes wood. Oh, it's a storage for wood. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that there's a storage there. You have a dairy, grain mill, which you have some extra products in there. And then you have the spinnery. Starting equipment, new farm mode. You have Nagromaz plow, Albert pellet fork, Albert universal bucket. You have a Bradall lime and fertilizer spreader, a Branther manure spreader. You have a front weight for case, a case vestrum, a farm tech trailer, a Flegel livestock trailer there. You have a Flegel Schmetterling, which is a round bale holder. Great Plains cedar, which you can see that does a lot of your new crops, or added crops. International Series 200 pickup truck, Chronoswadro windrower. You have a K-branded mower, K-branded rear mower. Massey Ferguson MF8570 harvester, header, and a header trailer to go with it. You have a New Holland 1000 weight, New Holland Pro Belt round baler. You have a New Holland T7 230 tractor. You have a Quickie Q7M front loader attachment. You have a Treffler cultivator, and that is everything. Okay. So starting out new farmer, before I get too high on my high horse here, we have 12, 13, and 14 is what we own. So yeah, nice little starting farm. We'll look around that in a second. But yeah, there's some houses you can buy, but there's not enough land on here to justify the amount of required mods. I'm going to complain about that constantly. It's honestly, I think for me, like, if I was going to play on this map, that would be a turnoff for me. Which is kind of sad. It's probably a good map, but I don't need every building that Icus has ever purchased. I usually play with a few of them, but I don't play with, 97 of them. Because if you look at like Icus, like he's made a lot of mods out there, but yeah, and it's a really cool map, and Insane Sim Guy does really good work. I just don't know why he went crazy on the required mods for this one, to be honest. I just don't know. But anyhow, let's look around the farm. You got International Series truck. You can go in all the buildings. Honestly, most of the buildings are probably by Icus, and I don't do mod reviews, so I don't know if all of them are or not, but you can go around this one. Sleep trigger's in here. I don't know where the wardrobe trigger is, but it doesn't really matter a whole lot, to be completely honest. If we go down the hill, this is quite the steep driveway. I have a very steep driveway in real life. Mine's not quite this steep, but that's pretty steep. Down over here, be an added challenge for you in the wintertime. Massey Ferguson's in this shed here. This is like a little manure heap. Manure heap small extension. There's one of the required mods. So at least that one's placed down here. I don't know if the shed is one of the required mods or not. I honestly don't know all the things. I would guess it probably. I mean, I just kind of guess everything is a required mod at this point. Chicken coop manure. Got our shed right here. Boom, got some stuff in there. This is a base game shed, I'm pretty confident. So that one's not required mod. Which is crazy you have anything base game in here if you have that many required mods anyways. Small petrol tank there, and then the rest of your equipment's kind of parked over here. You can go down the hill as well if you'd like to. Let's see. We'll go down this way a little bit. Our goats are down here. Very steep for the wintertime. It's definitely be a challenge, which I think this map is cool. I'm honestly like, I'm kind of sad about the required mods because I think that is actually going to turn a lot of players away that don't want to be forced into downloading that kind of mods. Because some players out there, believe it or not, there's actually a large portion of players out there that don't really play with mods. They may download a modded map here and there, but that's about it. Or they have a couple mods they might use. I know there's a lot of players out there that use a ton of mods. I'm one that uses somewhere in the middle, but yeah, so I'm just worried that it's gonna, it's gonna hurt the map overall. This came out yesterday from when I'm recording it, and it's kind of rating a 3.3 with 32 people having rated it. I think a lot of people are gonna look at the required mods and be turned away from it, which is kind of sad because this is a really cool map. It really is. So I think that's sad. I think it just doesn't do justice to Insane Sim Guy. So I'm not sure why he did that. Or even if you have that many required mods to start, at least the 2 mods that you have that you're adding in, at least add those into the map so you don't have to, to try to kind of mitigate the required mods. Or talk to Icus, see if you can, I don't know. I'm sure maybe Icus wouldn't, I don't know, maybe he would agree, I don't know. But including him in here, or make some of your own stuff. Like, there's just a lot, I think there should be like an option that's like recommended mods, where it's like you can list a bunch of mods you recommend playing on a map, but you're not going to require them. This is also quite foggy down here. I did fast forward, I did skip to noon. Let's see if I can get some of that fog to go away if I fast forward time a little bit. Yeah, that helped out a little bit there. That's for sure. But I mean, yeah, you got a lot of terrain changes, so of course, I mean, that farms up on a hill. This is such a cool map, though. Let's get into our... Oh, there's a no shadow. Okay, let's get into our international truck. We're going to go do a little bit of driving around, then we're going to do a flyover, and we'll call it a map tour. Nothing too crazy. I know it's mostly me complaining about the required mods, but I think it's going to turn a lot of people away from it. I'm going to buy all the land at the very end when we do the flyover, so we can take a look at how many of these are going to be required mods, because I don't think there's any way that they're all on here. I think that's way too many, and if they are on here, I mean, I guess that's good. It's really dirty to require a mod that it's not even on the map to start with. And I don't know if that's happened here or not. I have not gone into depth, nor will I probably go that far into depth to confirm that that's true or not. Here we have the grain mill, like the grain museum, the grain mill museum. This is where your collectibles are going to go, and you can kind of repair it, which I think is always cool to have that on a map, especially a nice American map like this. And it's right down the hill from your starting farm. I think the map is so cool. It's a beautiful American map. It really is. I just think a lot of people are turned away because of that. Maybe not. I don't know. You guys are very split. It seems like most of you guys are on board with not liking required mods, but some of you guys don't seem to care, which is okay. To each their own. And I'm not saying you shouldn't play on this map. I think it's a fabulous map. I really do. I think it's really well done. That's my only downside to it. Co-op buying point there. You also have Noah hanging out down here on the co-op sell point. So here's that co-op that was kind of mentioned in the description, where you can sell whatever you need to sell, or most of what you need to sell. You can also buy stuff here. It's like a debris crusher here as well, but it's not marked on the map, which is kind of interesting. I have all points of interest highlighted, so I'm not sure why that's... And I don't think that's the map maker at all. There's been some weird ones like that. Like, often it's the animal dealer that doesn't show up on the map, but it is on the map. So I don't know. I feel like it's an issue with the game itself and not with the maps. Because it's been on multiple maps. And here we have the animal dealer. And this one does have the animal deer point. Katie's also hanging, or no, Walter, where's Katie at? What is happening? Why is Walter here? Yeah, but why is David here? David, Walter, all sorts of bad things are happening. What is David doing? What? He's in the pig pen? I don't know. Leave the pigs alone, David. Leave the pigs alone, David. What are you doing to these pigs? I don't even want to know. We're just going to report that to the police and get out of here. That is suspicious at a minimum, for sure. But otherwise, animal deer is the same, except for Katie's not there, and Walter is there, and David is there for some reason. Okay, we'll drive around the road here a little bit. This kind of gets us over into the town area. And then after that, I think we'll do a flyover. I'm going to purchase all the land so we can kind of see where these quote-unquote required mods are. But, yeah. I have decided that maybe as a joke one of these days, I'm going to submit a map to Giants that is going to be just a blank map. It's just going to be grass, and then I'm going to place down, just randomly, about 100 mods, and then I'm going to list all 100 of those mods as required mods, and I'm going to call it the required map, just to prove a point. I've talked to Giants about this, and Giants is, I'm like, you know why they do it, but anyhow, let me get off my high horse here for a second and chill out. Okay. So here we have the service workshop, and we have the vehicle shop here. So you get your repair trigger and all that good stuff hanging out here. Across the way, you got your warehouse point, warehouse buy, warehouse sell, and then what we got? Big Farmer's Kiosk, gas station. That checks out over there. But yeah, look, it's just, look at the map. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's so well done. It's really well detailed. Insane Sim Guy has other great maps out there. Like, it's just well done. Like, this is a great map. Got the grain mill right there. And the spinner right there, and then there's a bunch of other farms and things you can buy through here, which I like all the little gardens. I love that when map makers do stuff like that. There's a couple other things dotted about, of course, but yeah, just Katie's not on the map, which is kind of weird, because I bet this is this Katie maybe here? Yeah, what is Katie doing here? Why is she over by the dairy, and what else is over here? Something else is over there. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's pull off to the side. I'm going to hop out. We'll get into flight mode here. I've complained long enough to you guys. Okay. But yeah, anyhow, let me know. Would you guys download my required map? I think it would be funny. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's do all farmland. There we go. To my farm. Okay, and then if you take a look at the map, we own everything, obviously, now, which you can buy everything, which is nice. All these farmhouses along here, which, in terms of required farmhouses, there's one. There's the American Midwest House, which is a shed and house. I doubt it's any of these here. But maybe we'll count that as 2. The Living Shed, that might be a farmhouse. The Barndom extension. The Big Modern House. There's a few on there, but I don't think there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Anyhow, there's just not enough buildings. And actually, we can tell if these are required mods or not, because you'll be able to sell them. There's a small barndominium. Okay. There's the farmhouse. That's probably the farmhouse with interior. That's just that's another farmhouse. Farmhouse. You can sell all these, so all these could be the place for required mods and things. Farmhouse 3. Garage and tool table, that's going to be a required mod for sure. I don't think that's a required mod. That's for sure a required mod. That's just a base game dealio there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys know how I feel about it. But yeah, it's a beautiful map, though. Look at this. It's incredible. Rolling hills, everything. This field looks a little rough. Oh, that's why it looks so kind of weird from up above. It's alfalfa that's ready to harvest. Look at that alfalfa texture. That looks really cool. I really like that. It looks like a low-res texture from up above. I don't know why it doesn't render in like that, but down there it looks absolutely beautiful. This is such a cool map. There's so many cool parts of it. Like, look at this pig pen here. This is like one of the coolest pig pens I've ever seen on a map. Like, there's so many aspects to this map that are absolutely amazing. Yeah, it is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is fabulous. And yeah, literally, this farm right here required mod, required mod, required mod, required mod. So they're getting them. They're getting them in there. They may all be placed on the map as often as they are placed, but yeah, craziness, craziness. Okay, I think that's what I got for you guys. That is Central Pennsylvania farming, which is a beautiful map. So there you go. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.